Hey everyone, welcome to Anu Talk Show. How are you doing? How are you? Let's talk about today's episode. I'm really glad that you're here because we're gonna actually talk and dive into something that is absolutely life changing. It will help you to build a highly profitable business with great cash flow, with money in your bank account. And if you want to add an extra income into your bank account, this training is for you. So let me be clear about something from the start. Building a six figure coaching business doesn't require reinventing the wheel. Okay, it doesn't require you to be the smartest person in the room. It also doesn't require you to have the most complicated system to say, oh my God, I have a six figure business. What it requires from you is that you master the basics. And the basics always comes down to one thing: making the right decisions. So, today I want to help you to make five critical decisions when it comes to positioning your business for fun, for fulfillment, and for freedom. So, these five decisions are going to change how you are approaching your business on a daily basis. And honestly, they might change your life and how much money you are making in your business as well. And here is the thing: I didn't just come up with this randomly. I worked with hundreds of women of color coaches, and I created this method inside Leverage 20, which is called the power of one. And it is specifically designed to help women of color coaches to cut through all the noises that is happening and to build a business that actually works. So, if you have a pen and paper, let's get started, okay? So, here is what I have learned after working with hundreds of women of color coaches. The ones who are failing, they are not failing because they don't have a fancy funnel. They are not failing because they don't have the perfect email sequence or the perfect webinar. They are not failing because they don't have um, money to run paid ads. The ones who are failing in their coaching business are is because they haven't mastered the basics. Think about it like this: if you are trying to build a house, okay, you don't start by putting up the walls or by installing the chandeliers. You start with the foundation. You make sure that the foundation is rock solid, because if it's not, everything you build on top of that is actually going to break. And the same is true for your business as well. The foundation of your business is the basics. And if you don't master it over and over again, if you are not putting reps into the basics, you are building a business that will crumble over the time. That's why a lot of coaches are giving up. That's why you see some coaches, they are not posting anymore. They are not even building a business anymore. And the basics are these five areas I'm going to talk about today. First, you need to know, okay, let me give you an overview, but definitely stay until the end because I'm going to ask you a few questions so that you are able to make decisions with me today. And it's clear. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to um, delay the decision process, because the longer you delay this, the longer it would take for you to hit the extra 100K in your business. So we need to first start with your person, okay? Who is the one you serve, right? Who's this one person? Then we need to know what is actually the pain they are having, okay? What's actually the urgent problem they have right now, which you can actually solve right now to get the clients, okay? Because Your ideal clients, they do have a pain right now, and it is your job to clearly communicate that so that it feels for them, okay, this person understands me. And what your person wants is they want this one promise, this one destination, um, that they desire the most right now. So you need to have a clear program promise of what you deliver. And the next decision you need to make, what is actually the path that you are taking on, right? What is the one proven process? Okay. That will actually get them there where they want to go, which is the one promise. And the last decision you need to make is you need to be able to communicate all of this clearly so that your idea clients understand immediately that you are the coach, the guide, the consultant for them. And here is the part I really want you to hear. When you master these basics, okay, when you get them clear, like really, really clear on these five things, something magical will happen most of women of color coaches, okay? You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on ads to see the return, okay? You don't need to create hundreds of pieces of content or different like free training materials in order to convert the client. You don't need complicated funnels, webinars, or automation sequences, although those things can work. They can work down the road. But when you nail these basics, you become magnetic in your industry. Your client starts coming to you, right? Your message becomes so clear that when you speak, when you turn on your voice, your people will start to listen. This is everything about messaging. But when you don't master the basics, right? Which is these five decisions you need to make. There is another decision we need to make. I didn't write. Five is one platform. So when you make those decisions, okay, it will be so clear for you how to stand out in your industry. And you don't need to wait 2 years, 1 year, 6 months before someone says yes to your offer. Okay. This is what will help you that your client starts coming to you because your messaging becomes so clear that your people feel understood. They feel like you are listening to them. They feel like they are able to work through their pain with you in order to get the one promise they desire for months. And I have seen women of color coaches add six figures to their business just by nailing these basics. It sounds so simple in your brain, but this is what is required from you to scale your business, right? I have seen women of color coaches go from struggling to book a single client to signing two clients, signing four clients, high ticket clients in a month because they they actually made powerful decisions in their business when it comes to these five things. And mastering the basics is working because you become clear. You make the decision to master the power of one instead of chasing 10 different strategies at once. And I know this because I was in your shoes as well. Until I've realized that messaging is not about the different strategies, it's about the five core decisions you need to make in order to stand out in your industry with your messaging. And what is really important that you need to understand is most coaches are spending their time on things that don't matter. Okay? How many times did you tweak your website in the last 2 weeks? How many times did you record your videos that no one is watching? Okay? How many lead magnets did you create that no one wants, but you justify it with your brain that this is needed in order to continue to sell? Meanwhile, you are not even doing the one thing that actually moves the needle forward, which is getting crystal clear on who you are serving and how you are serving your clients to get to the one promise you are making. So if you want to add an extra 100K to your business, you have to stop looking around what $1 million coaches are doing. You have to stop spinning around, and you have to start being more intentional in your business. You have to master the basic. And that's what we also start inside Leverage 20 as well, with the power of one. That is literally the basics, the first exercise you're going to do inside Leverage 20, because that will help you to sign the next 3 clients in 2 weeks, because you are so clear on those 5 core decisions. So let me introduce you to the framework that's going to change everything. Okay, so it's called the power of one, and it is so simple. Simple doesn't mean easy, but it is simple. um it is not simple, it is not easy because the decisions you need to make are so difficult, but the decisions are the important ones you need in order to keep your business simple, in order to run a business that is simple and smooth. So let me know if you have questions so far. Okay. So what we need to do is, the power of one has 5 core components. Okay. And when you nail down all 5, you have the foundation of a highly profitable coaching business as a woman of color coach. Okay. So let me break it down for you. The first decision you need to make is around your one person, your ideal qualified lead. Okay. The client. So the first decision you have to make is, who do you serve? And I'm not talking about something like woman, high achieving woman, or female entrepreneurs. Like, what do you mean by female entrepreneurs? There are so many different businesses, and you not deciding which business you can serve with your skills, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay. So I am really talking about, when you make this decision around your one person, I am talking about getting specific about that one person, so that one person is qualified to work with you. Okay. I'm really talking about getting specific in your one person. So, and let me tell you why this matters so much when it comes to having and running a highly profitable business and add an extra 100K. The more specific you are about who you serve, the easier it is to market to them. It is easier for them to find you. It is easier to speak in their language, and it is easier for you to stop chasing clients and to start attracting them. Because when you try to serve everyone, right? Female entrepreneurs, it's like literally everyone, you end up speaking to no one. And it feels like, for this one person, that you are not talking to them, that you are not relatable. They don't feel like you are listening to them. They don't feel heard. They don't feel like you can actually talk to them in this identity level, so that they say like, okay, let me get on a call with this person. I need to solve my problem with this person. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you are a business coach. Okay, if you say, I help entrepreneurs, that's too broad. There are millions of entrepreneurs, right? But if you say, I help corporate professionals who are tired of working for someone else and want to leave their 6-figure job and start a 6-figure consulting business, now we are talking. Or let's say you have experience in being a therapist and running your own practice, and now you can be and you want to transition into business coaching. Stick with your expertise, stick with your story, become business coach for therapists, help them to start their own practice and help them to run this business. Do you see the difference? Okay, so when you go all in and more specific on your one person, you know exactly who you serve, and they feel called in with your messaging and with your content, right? because you know what their struggle is, you know what they want, right? Let's Let me give you another example. Let's say you are a health coach. If you say I help women lose weight, still that is not specific enough, especially in 2026. It's so important to be specific in your messaging, because even though there are a lot of coaches in the industry, that doesn't mean that you cannot succeed. It just means you need to find the positioning in order to actually stand out and still get clients. There is enough clients for all of us coaches. Always remember this: as long as there are people on this earth, there is always demand for coaching. Always. Okay. So let's go deeper into this health coach example. If you say I help women lose weight, again, it's not specific enough. But if you say I help busy moms over 40, okay, the one person goes like, it's very specific, right? You are now talking to busy moms who are working and who are over 40, right? And that is the specificity we need in your messaging, okay? Because that's clear, that's someone I can find, that's someone who will be related into my messaging, and someone you can speak to in their language, and someone you can serve. So the first decision in mastering the basic is to get clear um, on your one person. Okay, so who is this one person? What is what kind of identity do they have? Okay, what do they do for fun? What keeps them up at night? The more detailed you get, the better, because when you know your person that well, you can actually speak to them in a way that no one else can. You become the obvious choice. And there is, like, here's the thing about adding 100K to your business. You cannot do that by serving everyone for $100. Okay. So I am specifically working with women of color coaches who want to have, or who want to run a highly profitable business with high ticket offers. Okay. So you have to serve a specific group of people for a lot of money. So if you want to go down the road of charging high ticket, you are here on the right place. If you are charging low ticket, then you need to leave this community. So you have to serve people who have the resources to pay you well, and the identity, the values, the commitment to work with you as well. So when you get clear on your one person, you are also positioning yourself to be able to charge premium prices, because you are not a generalist, you are a specialist, and specialists always get paid more than anyone who is a generalist, always. Okay, so that's the first decision you need to make. The second decision you need to make is on your one problem. Okay, now that you know who you are serving, the next decision is to get clear on the one problem you solve for them. Okay, and I want to emphasize the word one. You are not solving 99 problems for them. Okay, you are only solving one specific, one urgent problem, this costly problem, um, this one person is having, that they are desperate right now to get fixed. Otherwise, they know that there are more costs waiting for them in the future by not fixing the problem right now. Okay, and here is why this is so critical. When you try to solve multiple problems, your message becomes too generic. It becomes too fuzzy, because people don't know what you are actually doing. Again, you go into the route of being a generalist, because you cannot decide what is the one problem. You keep telling your brain, if I go down to solving one problem, no one want to work with me. Okay, people don't know what you actually do by solving too many problems. Okay, they don't know if you can help them. Okay, and because of that, they pass you, they look for someone else. Always have this in mind, that Um, Everyone has problems. Okay, it is your job as the business owner to communicate the problem in your marketing so that your ideal clients are chasing you and choosing you. If you are doing a poor job in communicating what you can do for them, okay, and you are not learning to articulate what one problem it is that you are solving for them, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. And the cost of not learning how to articulate your offer and your program promise is that probably in a year, in 2 years, you will close your business. Because when it comes to selling your offer, it goes down to communicating the value. It goes down to deciding what is the one problem you are solving to this one person. Okay. So you need to identify the one problem that your ideal client is so desperate to solve, which is urgent for them now, so that you become incredible attractive to them because you are speaking to their pain, you are acknowledging what they are struggling with. Maybe it's the same, uh, like you have the story in having the same pain, or you helped someone else to solve that pain, right? You are acknowledging and you are showing them that you understand them on a deeper level, not only saying, like, I understand you, but by sharing your story, by sharing your client's stories as well. So let's go back to that busy mom who wants to lose weight. Okay, what's the real problem? Okay, it's not just I want to lose weight, I want to lose 20 pounds. No, her real problem might be I have tried everything. I spent thousands of dollars on programs and trainers and apps, and nothing sticks. I am broken. I am burnt out, and I don't have the time. My kids needs me, my business needs me, and I feel so insecure about my body that I avoid my friends and going out and having dinner, um, party, or having dinner night outs, date nights with my husband. Do you see? This person is so exhausted, they are so frustrated, and they are running out of hope. Okay? That's the real problem. Yeah, overlaying it is to lose weight, but what is really going on deep down? And that is the pain that you are solving with your offer, not just weight loss. The weight loss is kind of like the results you need to promise so that your ideal clients is interested to show that they want to work with you, but you need to go deep into that one problem that you are solving. Does that make sense? If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Um, yeah. Again, people pay for premium prices for solutions to urgent and costly problems. You have to write this down. Your people, they pay you premium prices for solutions to urgent and costly problems. Not for any problems, but for urgent and costly problems. If their problem is not urgent, they will put it off. Okay? If the problem is not urgent enough, they won't invest in your offer. They will try to solve it on their own. They will look for cheaper solutions. But if the problem is costing them money, it's costing them sleep, it's costing them their relationship, it's costing them their sanity, they will pay you thousands of dollars to solve it now. They will pay a lot. So you need to identify the problem that's actually costing them something. So let me know if that helps you. Okay, so that's the second decision you need to make. So let's talk about the third decision, which is the one promise. Okay, your program promise is everything that will help you to stand out in the industry. So this is like the one promise is so powerful. So take notes, okay? Once you know who you are serving and what problem you are solving for them, the third decision is to make a clear promise about what you will deliver. And it's not just your vague mission statement that is in your Instagram bio. Okay? This is not about I help people achieve their dreams, okay? Your one promise is specific, it is tangible, okay? It's a measurable promise about the transformation they will experience by working with you, okay? Here is the principle, okay? People don't just buy coaching, okay? They buy results. They don't buy your time on your calendar, okay? They don't buy just your expertise. They buy the results that your expertise and that your process will create for them. So your promise needs to be about the result, not about the process. What is the measurable result they're going to actually achieve by working with you? If you are a health coach, it's losing 20 pounds. If you're a business coach, it's about, hey, add an extra 100K into your bank account, right? What is the promise you can make? Okay. For example, if you're a business coach, instead of saying, I help coaches get clear on their business, but let's say you are a business coach for therapists, right? You can say, I help therapists to build a high ticket one on one offer and sign 5 clients in 30 days. That's a better promise. Do you see the difference? Do you feel that it is measurable? Do you see how tangible that promise is? Right? It is specific, it is compelling, and it is measurable. Right? Let me know if you have any questions for this. So, your promise should include 3 things. First, who is it for? Right? Your ideal client. Second, what is the result they will achieve? Be specific, be quantifiable, be tangible. And the third you can add as an extra is in what time frame. Be realistic, but also compelling. When you put these 3 things down together, you have a promise that people want to buy. Right? I have seen coaches double their prices just by getting clearer on their promise. We have inside Leverage 20 a job hunting coach. She's working with senior level professionals and helping them to transition into a 6-figure job in 8 weeks. That is so tangible that she was able to charge for her one-on-one. Like, she literally raised the price from $300 to $1,000 for 8 weeks, and we are not done yet. Like, $1,000, I know it's too low, but obviously I need to work with this client and the confidence she has to raise her prices, and I'm pretty sure she will end up at 5 to 7K for this offer. Right? Because again, they are selling a result. My client is selling a result, not just a coaching, not just time on her calendar, but a result, a transformation. And a transformation always costs more than giving advice. And that is what the whole coaching industry is about. So we go to the next decision you need to make today, which is the one process. So now you know who you are serving, you know what problem you are solving, you are clear on a result, right? What result you deliver. The next decision you need to make is getting clear on the process for how you deliver that result. And this is your signature framework, your proven process. And this is the secret sauce that makes you different from every other coach out there, because you have your own experience, you have your own story, you have your own lived experience, how you get to the promise you are making, right? And when you have a signature framework, a step-by-step system that you take every client through, it does 3 things. First, it builds credibility. It shows that you are not just making things up as you go, but you have a system. You have a system to get this promise that you are making. You have a method. You know what you are doing. Second, it makes your job easier. Okay? Because you know exactly what to do with every single client. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. Third, it increases your results because you are following a proven system that works rather than just figuring it out based on where each client is. Okay? This will actually help you to sell more of your offer over and over and over again because you have a signature framework that your clients are going through. So people see that you have a system. They feel confident that you know how to help them. They are willing to pay more because they understand that you have a proven process, not just general coaching wisdom. This is the next decision you need to make in order to create your one signature process. Okay, I want you to sit down and think about your own story, or think about how you helped someone to get to the promise. What are the key steps you take every client through? Okay, how many steps are there? What's the progression? What's the order? What kind of question did they ask? Right? And when you have this clear, you have a differentiator. You have something that positions you as an expert, and experts charge premium prices. Okay? One person, one problem, one promise, one process, they work together. That's why the power of one. It's how you are mastering your basics. They create a crystal clear picture for your highly profitable coaching business of who you are, what you do, and why someone should hire you and why someone should work with you. And you are charging premium prices. So I work with women of color coaches. I help them to leverage their expertise and launch their 3K plus scalable offer, because in work, maybe you are in corporate, maybe you are underpaid, but you have an expertise that is living inside your brain. And most of women of color coaches, they rather choose to stay comfortable and shrink their voice instead of actually owning their voice and leverage their expertise and make an extra 100K in their business. So this is the first step you will go through when you join Leverage 20. So there is one more decision we need to make, which is the one platform. So nowadays, every guru tells you that you should, I don't know, be on every platform. I know when I started in 2018, it's a damn long time. When I started my coaching business in 2018, I was following Gary Vee, who's phenomenal. But his approach was like, be on every platform and leverage every platform. But if you do that, you are losing focus and you are losing capacity and you are losing your motivation to even focus. Focus is how you're mastering the basics. So, in order for you to complete this power of one, you have to choose one platform. And this is a difficult decision you need to make, but it's the best decision you will do in your business. But when you are choosing your one platform, think about your ideal client as well, not only about you, but about your ideal client. So I would choose Instagram if your ideal client is under 40, and if they are over 40, choose Facebook. And if you're in this career and business and wealth niche, choose LinkedIn as well, but choose one platform to dominate so that your face becomes the brand in the industry that you are in. Don't try to be everywhere, because it sounds very um scaling. It sounds like you need to be in all platforms to actually hit that extra 100K. But maybe the first week it sounds very possible and you are very like motivated, but is that really sustainable for you? Do you really have the capacity to be on all platforms, to deliver new content, and to be able to help your client to see you as the expert? Do you really have the capacity for that? Because I know not everyone has a team. And if you are running a highly profitable business and you want to have a lean team, you don't have like 10 employees in your business who are working in the marketing, right? And if that is the case, always acknowledge the capacity you have, and the goal you have within your business. So I want to take a moment here to talk about that is, I think, really, really important. And that's the power of focus. Okay. Uh, like what I see, what is happening with most women of color coaches is they are trying to do everything. They're trying to be everything to everyone. And I used to be that. And the result for me was that I didn't succeed, right? And this is also what I'm seeing with women of color coaches. They succeed at nothing. So think about a laser. A laser is just light, right? But when you focus that light into a single beam, it becomes more like powerful enough to cut through steel. Your business is the same way. Your coaching business as a woman of color, it's the same way. Your skill, your experience, your passion, those are just scattered energy until you focus them. When you focus them on one specific person, solving one specific problem with one specific promise, and having a one specific process and deciding on that one specific platform, you become and they become powerful. They become unstoppable and they become a force in the market. You become findable, and everyone will remember you, who you are serving. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, but what if I focus too much? What if I miss out on all the other opportunities? What if there are other people I could serve? I understand. This is exactly what we do and what I coach on inside Leverage 20. I understand your concerns as a woman of color coach and wanting to have more opportunities. Okay. But here is what I have learned in my own journey for being in this industry since 2018 and working with hundreds of women of color coaches. The coaches who focus on serving one specific person really, really well end up with having way more money in their bank account than the coaches who try to serve everyone. And you know why? Because they become the obvious expert. They become known for something specific. They attract clients like a magnet, and clients who are qualified, not just random clients, but clients who are qualified, who don't question to charge, like to pay premium prices, and who don't have to, like, you don't have to hustle hard to get the next client. Does that make sense? So I want to challenge you on this, okay? Instead of asking who could I serve, I want you to ask who do I want to serve the most? Who do I be the most excited to work with? Who do I know I can get the best results for, and who can afford to pay me? Answer those questions in order to be focused on your power of one, because it doesn't come from doing a little bit of everything. It comes from doing one thing exceptionally well. It comes from becoming known in the industry as the expert in one specific area, right? Because you are serving one specific group of people so well that they become your raving fans. You know, building a highly successful, profitable coaching business doesn't require from you to go viral. It doesn't require from you that you have thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. Like, it is enough that you have 50 clients charging premium prices, but those 50 clients are raving about you because they are raving fans, because you changed their whole life. They refer everyone they know to you. And this is exactly what the power of one is designed to help you to do. It's designed to help you to get so focused, so clear, and so specific that you become magnetic. You become irresistible, that you become the obvious choice for your qualified lead. Okay? So let me know, who is the one person that you are actually wanting to serve with your coaching offer. Okay? So if you don't have any questions, I thank you so much for joining this episode. I hope this helped you to get clear on your power of one, the 5 core decisions you need to make in order to build your highly profitable coaching business. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next episode.